Hey everybody, what's going on? Rob Cesternino back here, and we have got a great Survivor interview for you today that I have been long looking forward to the time when I could sit down with this man and talk some Survivor shop with a guy who we fell in love with during Survivor season 41. And here he is to talk about everything that's going on in season 42. Naseer Muttalif. Naseer, how are you?
I am doing great, Rob. Good to see you. How are you doing?
Great to see you, Naseer. That if you're not watching the video, Naseer has a great shirt, bright yellow. He's got an orange hat. He's ready to go back to Survivor. He looks like.
Feel like I'm in Fiji.
Yeah. You brought the Fiji out with you today. Naseer, what's been going on? How are you?
I'm doing great, Rob. I would say there are a lot going on. All good though,
Yeah.
and all good. Busy, our industry was totally shut down or due to COVID. So finally, we started getting some clients, which is very good. And busy, my little ones are growing fast, so I don't want to miss out any time. So I'm just having good time with my family and work and enjoying the life.
Yeah. So let me get all the updates. So your industry. So that I saw that. Did you meet up with Ricard the other day?
Yeah.
Was that a
So
work meeting?
yeah, well, I always turn everything to be like work friendship meeting
Yeah.
because I'm in sales, right? So Ricard said, "Hey, I'm in the air almost, and I'm landing in San Jose." I'm like, "Okay, breakfast, lunch, or dinner? Just tell me."
Mm-hmm.
Then
Yeah.
he came really late. Okay, then I invited for him for breakfast. Then still kind of hard to find places, but then I said, like, why you don't want to come to my office or my hotel over there? Then he
Yeah.
came. We had nice chat, nice breakfast.
Yes. And you work in the hotel industry.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what do you do, Naseer?
Uh, as of now, I do. Right now, I'm the senior group sales manager in Silicon Valley.
Okay.
So I represent a couple of hotels, and yeah, that's hospitality in over 18 plus years, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And nobody is more hospitable than you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
I'm sure you're great. You're great at what you do. And then I know, and you have a boy and a girl, right?
Yes.
Yes. And I always see on Instagram you have so many great family pictures, and you seem like we know the story about how your daughter helped you learn how to hunt for hidden immunity idols. So it's really great stuff. And of course, we'd love to get the updates from your wife Diana about what you see on social media also.
Please do it.
Yeah, it's great. All right. Well, we'll talk about everything. But this year, what has it been like for you to watch season 42 and see so many of the same things that you saw in season 41?
Rob, I feel like we were the guinea pigs out there.
Yeah.
Right? So, but to begin with, the cast, season 42, just way better, amazing people out there.
Yes. You said way better?
Of course.
Why are they better this year?
So I don't know. See, it's really confusing me at the same time.
Like a goat on AstroTurf.
So yeah, I'm as confused as a goat on AstroTurf. But
Yes.
what I can say is, even though they haven't, when they were filming, they haven't seen season 41. But the cast itself, like, they're so nice people,
Yeah.
very nice. Like they have empathy. They're so kind. They're not trying to be really going like hard on people, but they're trying to work it out, and just at the end, very nice people. I'm really like them.
This year, do you have any favorites that you're seeing in season 42?
Oh my god, there are many, Rob. All right?
Many.
There are many. I don't want to say
Okay.
names, but
So do you see anybody that you feel like reminds you of yourself in any way in this season?
well, I can say it's a
And we
mix.
know there is only one this year.
Of course, thank you. So I would say I don't want to say just one person out there. I would say it's mix of Jonathan, Marianne, and Drea. and Mike, four of them together, then you can get an
Right.
assist.
Okay, Jonathan plus Marianne plus Drea plus Mike. Okay.
Yeah.
So Jonathan, I'm assuming that it is so we're taking Jonathan his prowess in the challenges, how good he is at the challenges. That's that we're taking that part from Jonathan.
Sure, that I can't eat 18 eggs though, or I
Yes.
can go to his height. All
Yes.
right.
Or 9 pieces of cheese. Yeah.
But as a challenge, so I
Yeah.
can at least, then somehow, right?
Okay.
So I wanna
And
get
then we're gonna take from Marianne, we're taking her love of the game and her spirit.
yes, she's a happy camper, but I really love Marianne. So our house is kind of Diana and Ray. It's all about Marianne. But yeah, I love Marianne, but she's little too much than me. But I can fit into Marianne.
Okay. Now, what from Drea? Why is Drea reminding you of Naseer?
See, Drea, well, yeah, she did disclose the phrase, all right. However, she did not disclose to anyone about the advantages that she has in general,
Yeah.
right? And I'm really proud of her for that. And she's playing like kind of strategic, smart game, lay low, but at the same time, it's a good example for a woman or a girl to come out there and I don't know if I say the right words. Correct me if I'm wrong. As she's really doing a great job finding things and keep it to herself
Mhm.
instead of just blowing things out. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
And then what about from Mike?
Mike is a very nice human being. I can say
Yeah.
that. All right. And he's honest and but at the same time kind of straightforward too. But he know how to get back at the same time. All right. He's doing things and he will give his best. Like for an example, like on the merge challenge, right? The way he was like literally like he's like a flying, right? So he's giving both his arms up there. That
Oh,
is
yeah.
he's a hero. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. So and also he's a very nice guy. I can see it's like very humble
Mhm.
in a certain way, I would say, but very nice person. I can see that.
This year, last week, we saw that the Survivor 42 contestants, they got to have the reward from Applebee's. Did it bother you at all that your merge feast was not from Applebee's?
Rob, I do like Applebee's. Well, Diana and Rhea took me on that night.
Yes.
However, I wasn't really. I think we had better feast than Applebee's.
Okay. All right. So you think that the Survivor 41 merge feast was better than Applebee's?
Absolutely, I was.
Then why did you go to Applebee's then in real life?
Because I want to be part of that season 42.
Okay. So you went. When did you go to Applebee's? After the episode?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh no. Before, because
Okay.
we are in PST, so Eastern that 3 hours.
Okay.
We haven't seen that, but well,
You knew.
when we saw that it's going to be Applebee's because we know there is a merge feast,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
something
Yes.
has to be. So that was surprised. Then Diana told me that let's take a picture. I'm like, okay, what's going on? Yeah,
Mhm.
she told me I was busy on that day at work.
This year, were you surprised they did the hourglass again? Because that we all know that there were many people in your season that were not happy about the hourglass.
Oh yes, we know.
Yeah.
But I wasn't surprised because they did a better way explaining. So now the fan knows this is exactly happening. Because first thing first, for us was really confusing, right? Plus the fans were confused too.
Yeah.
Right now, well, they do have experience. So as I said, we were the guinea pig, right? So they used every single things that they can make it better, and they did it. I think it went smoothly as possible this time. Correct?
Yeah. It
Yeah.
went pretty smooth. People didn't
Yeah.
seem that upset about it. Now, in your position last season, so you were one of the people that was left out, but then they picked you to come onto the feast.
Yes.
If you were in that spot and they said, "All right, now does anybody want to switch to go and get a game-changing power?" Would you have said, "Okay, I want to go get the power instead of go to the feast"?
I would.
Yeah.
Definitely, I would. For
I
the
could
food
see
is
that.
for me, it's not a big problem. I can
Yeah.
find. Yeah. So it's if you have an opportunity to change power, or you get something in your hand, right? At that point, being only 26 days survivor season, right? So at that point, we are counting the days. So already what, 16 days or 16 or something days. You rather have something, because
Yeah.
I know that I was a bigger threat by already then at that time. So I'd rather have something extra in my hand to stay a couple more days,
Yeah.
right? So I would have.
That being said, you really would have just smashed the hourglass. You really wouldn't have gotten any other power.
Could you repeat that?
That you didn't really get, that Roxroy got to smash the hourglass. He didn't really get like a power.
No.
Yeah. So you would have, but really what it would have changed is that Erica would have been in that group that was not safe.
Yeah.
Could change. Yeah, you would have changed history.
I would have I'm still kind of hesitant on that. If I was there, do you think that I would have? Because I had already great alliances by then.
Oh, you might not have even smashed the hourglass.
No, because
Oh,
if you notice that, okay, they said that they did rock paper Caesar or Caesar rock paper whatever, but they did not do that, right? They
yeah,
wanted to make it nicer, not to hurt Erica. They did that, but by then Danny, myself, Deshaun, we had good connection. We have an already the alliance, and since they were taking out men one by one, right? So Danny picked me to go because I've been providing for the entire camp, so decided for me to go to
yeah.
the.
So you would said, you know what? I'm not going to break the hourglass, and then I'm going to go. But you would have to go to tribal council then with what? Shan, Liana, Tiffany, Heather, and Xander.
Yes, definitely.
They could have voted you. You might have had to play your idol.
I would have, because it's already, if I'm going over there, then I will have a target back on
Yeah.
my head already, right? So that was the other question, like another question, like always we were thinking when Erica went there, maybe there is something that we don't know,
Yeah.
So I had an idol, so I would have played idol, but maybe to show the to stay with that trusted group, I may not, so that way I don't want to piss Danny off or Deshaun, so then I can gain more trust through them, then I can get into
Yeah.
merge, and
Yeah. This year, I would love to hear from you some other things that you've seen watching season 42 that you feel like are very different from when you played in season 41.
Okay.
Do you have any of those things that you feel like that you've seen that are other like big changes they've made from 42 to 41?
Oh yeah, definitely. So I like that the Drea, when she found that advantage to a clue to go and find an advantage, right? Then
Yes.
it's not that easy. Like Liana, I think got right somewhere for sure, but this time it's harder, and it's like, yeah, you can put your hand, but you have to clean off the paint too. It's not that
Yes.
easy. Like, yeah, you can stay by the water well not for a long time. If you disappear from the camp for 5 minutes, you've been there, right?
Yeah.
People will be always like, where did they go, where did he go, where did she go, like, in addition to that. But yeah, that was really tough. I like that. And also I like the changes from the beginning of the first challenge, that they went out, all three of them, these all rest of them, they're kind of waiting, wow, this is going to be really this hard challenge or something, while they were painting and just having
Yeah.
fun out there. That's sort of different, right? And
would you have put fake blood on in that challenge for when you came back?
I would do anything.
Yeah. and then would you have had a story about where you got the fake blood came from?
Definitely. If I have to, I may cut my it's
Oh,
okay.
Oh my God.
You're right. You're not going to
Yeah.
die if you just poke your finger for a bit.
Look, you get infections, Naseer. That's the survivor doesn't play around.
Well, it doesn't, but sometimes you got to do what you have.
You gotta do it.
You have to do it.
Yeah. One of the things I wanted to ask you about from this week, we saw where Jeff said, okay, everybody, I'm going to negotiate with you to give rice for the tribe. And he said, I want to see if 6 people can sit out to do the rice. Now, last season, you were one of the people that said, and if I remember, I think you were the 3rd person that said that you were going to sit out for rice. Were you 2nd or 3rd?
I was the second one.
Second person, right. And then Xander said after you, right?
Yes.
I did, right? Xander said, "Hey, I'll sit out if one more person sits out."
Correct. So what happened was, Shan was the first, then I was second, then Liana said yes she will, but then she backed up.
Oh,
Ricard joined Shan and I because they were very close, right? Shan and Ricard. Then Xander. Yeah,
yeah.
that's what happened.
Yeah. And so can you just talk a little bit about when you were doing that? I know that you are very nice guy. Was there any sort of like strategy going on for you to say I'll be one of the people to sit out and get the rice?
Absolutely. Because, see, at that time, I don't have a great alliances or I'm trying to build something within the Luwu tribe, right? Because it's kind of on and off alliance situation,
Right.
relationship there. So I saw Shane and Ricard, they've been so nice. They're together. Plus, they have, she has the idol. We found out during the merge phase, right? So then I'm like, okay, these two, it's always, you need to have just one person to trust. That's all you need.
Mhm.
So, and that's the reason I step forward. Then they're like, okay, I can use as being nice to the team plus or to the tribe plus it's strategy move too, definitely.
Yeah. And I know that part of your game was being a provider for the people that you played with. Did you look at that also as like, hey, I'm providing food in a different way here by sitting out of the challenge?
Yes, I am, because especially for Luvu, no one else find anything until further in the game, right?
Mhm.
So that was my dream, to be honest with you, Rob. So I want to be the biggest provider of any season that I played. I
Yeah.
think I achieved that dream, and
Yes.
I would happily say that I know more stuff in terms of how to get food out there than anyone else I played over there.
I
Uh,
believe it.
yeah. So yeah, that was another strategy, but
Yeah.
it doesn't go for very
Yeah.
long.
Nasir, can I ask you a little bit about the Luvu tribe? Because I have to say that the Luvu tribe is a tribe I really don't know a lot about. I really, I haven't ever really had like a long talk with anybody from the Luvu tribe about what the first half of your game was like. For different reasons, I guess. The Luvu tribe doesn't that not a lot of big talkers on the Luvu tribe. Well, what was the first half of the game like for you?
So I think we did not get a lot of airtime. I would
Yes.
say that because we have been winning all the challenges, right? So for me, like we had a lot of talks and there are a lot of arguments went through too, a lot of backstabbing and lying. Everything we had that too. But at the same time, I was kind of not included in many conversations. I would say
Yes.
that. So well, I feel sometime right. Yeah, I'm on the bottom, but at the same time, do I show them that? No, I rather be happy camper there and to confuse them, like
Mhm.
have everything over there,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, it's like okay, we was six, but Danny Deshawn and Sydney were always together, and Deshawn and Danny they had a little bit of oh no, they were really good connection, but always Heather and Deshaun, they got together. Then again, Erica, just right there. It's hard to get into a conversation.
Yeah.
But we had great conversation. Like after a couple of days, or like at the end, almost close to the merge, we kind of got in together. Then even we finalized, like everybody, like guys, I know that. That's what I came up and said. Like we have problems. We lied to each other. We did, but nothing personal. It's all about game, right? Let's forget everything and let's be proud and move on with final six.
Mhm.
Not
Yeah.
everybody agree to it.
Not everybody agreed to it. Do you feel like that for a group of 6, like in with the 3 tribes, is it better to win out like you did, or do you think that it probably helps the tribe in the long run to like lose a challenge and vote somebody out as a group?
No, Rob. I would say if you can win, never try to lose a challenge. That
Yeah.
is
Well, you're not with Nasir around.
with
Yeah.
around. And
Yeah.
again, as you know, like tribal council can go live, which is most of the tribal council went live on
Yeah.
season 41, right? Anything can change. So that's my first argument about not losing challenge. I don't want to lose challenge. So on the other things, yeah, it's better to win. I rather sit on that bamboo than sitting on tribal council. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Like, you can talk. If you win, at least you can breathe for that day,
Hmm.
right? So losing a challenge, no, I'm really opposed to it, opposed to that. And
Yeah.
sometime it could work, definitely, right? But at the same time, that's the whole reason Danny and Deshaun, they want to throw the challenge, because they want to get Erica out, because Erica never communicated with anybody for a long time. uh,
Hmm.
Even I tried multiple times, or many times, for
Yeah.
11 days, not even a single conversation. So it's tough. So, and Danny felt the same, Deshaun felt the same. So that's the whole reason. Well, that is her gameplay. We have
Hmm.
to respect that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you would have gone to the merge where you had 6 at Luvu,
Right.
and the other two groups combined had 6, do you think that Luvu 6 would have stuck together had it been like a regular vote and not like where half of the people were safe?
Well, I would say that was my plan, but at the same time, it's collapsed immediately,
Yeah.
right? And that is a reason I want to make a different alliances with someone else, because you can see immediately that they are not agreeing to each other, or uh, no, yeah.
Naseer, this week it looks like we're going to have the two tribes where it looks like I think we're going to split up, and we know what happened to you very sadly in season 41. Do you think that that's what we're going to see again? You think that we'll do 2 tribes of 5 here, each voting somebody out this week?
Yes, that's why this is a 2 winners plus two people will be going
Yeah,
home today,
makes
right?
sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So looking back now, having gone through your experience, what should the players be doing to get ready potentially for this coming up? Well, what should we watch out for?
So to watch out, definitely they should stick with their alliances. Plus, they should always try to win. Because when it comes to an individual game, it's
Yeah.
normal. Sometimes alliance just all that they need just one crack, and the group will go a different direction. So I would, the first thing first, try to win the challenge. All right.
Yes.
If you have the immunity necklace, you can still, because now Dre has an advantage that you can steal an advantage or an idol, but not the immunity necklace, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the best way to go. And again, it's all about drawing rocks again. Anything can
Mhm.
happen, right? That's what happened to me.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
So do you feel like that these players that have an advantage this week, like they should definitely play your advantage in this smaller group, because anything can happen in the smaller group more so than in the big group?
absolutely, because it's hard to hide. Like, even hard to hide within there. You can do a lot when you are 6 people. So when you're dividing into even smaller groups, and imagine
Mhm.
if they are lucky. Imagine if it's happened like a Romeo and Hai and Jonathan and Omar. So Omar and Jonathan will stick one side, and right, and who Hai and Romeo, or maybe someone else, they may stick together. And if Omar doesn't have an idol and Jonathan doesn't have an idol, right? He doesn't have
Mhm.
an idol. So it's always good to have a majority when you draw the rock, which is it's literally luck.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
you get very lucky or unlucky. But you probably felt like, oh, that this is a pretty good split that I'm in, because that you had, people from your old tribe, and then also Ricard and Shan that you were working with.
exactly. Well, as I said, Ricard and Shane and I, for before those days, I would say we stepped forward for the rise, and even when we voted Sydney off at that time, we kind of already had stuff, right? Like,
Mhm.
but I was thinking, like, it's a great thing. We have the numbers, but
Yeah.
see what happened. So it can happen again on season 42.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Well, the vote that happened right before that was the vote where it was the live tribal council that was at the same, that was the final 11. And then we just saw the final 11 this week, where Heather had the live tribal council and then was telling people to write your name down. And you were, I guess, a little bit like Mike this week. You're like, hey, why did you tell people to write my name down?
my name. And she talked to everybody but me. Then she's saying, "No, I did not tell you a name." Seriously.
Yeah. Well, she said, "Well, I didn't like." It was a little bit like Chanel this season, where she said, "Well, I didn't write your name down. I mean,
Yeah,
I said your name. I didn't write it down."
yeah, that's what she did. I mean, later I figured out Xander wrote my name down, but so that wasn't. It's unnecessary conversation or try to the strategy at the last minute, and
Mhm.
didn't work out. But at the same time, the following tribal council worked out for them, for Heather and Erica.
Yeah.
So,
Could you have forgiven Heather in the game after that, or once she said your name at tribal council, now that you couldn't work with her anymore?
no, I always want to, like, okay, we are on Survivor, so it's you can stay for all 26 days with someone. You have to have,
Mhm.
you just apologize, and if you have something, that's what I was telling her. Like, if you agree, just own it, move on. It's
Yeah.
nothing to hold on to it. After like week or two after that, we are out. We are different people. We are, of course, we are same people, same personality, but we are not on this game. So
Mhm.
of course, it's better to not to keep them away. I rather be closer, right? There is a word say, right, be closer to enemy than your friends or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something like that.
Did you have in your mind who you wanted to go to the final three with in your season?
Yes.
Who was it going to be?
So I want to go with Evie, of course. Then happen Evie and especially Evie and Tiffany,
Evie and Tiffany. Wow, this is I had no idea.
because I really like them. I work with them, so when I give my word, I will stick with them. And
Yeah.
we did not get enough time or chances to, but I want to do with that. And I had my mind, Danny. When I get to final five, Danny will be out. Dishan, if I can move even earlier,
Yeah.
easily. And right, so then I know Ricard will fight hard, and I don't have to worry if I'm sitting on final three because I have my resume and I can,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow. That this blew my mind. I didn't even know that you were working with Evie and Tiffany.
Yeah, I mean, like, we had great conversation, and I really like them too.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely.
Wow. Um, Going back to season 42, how do you think that this big alliance is going to shake out? Because this is sort of like that same period in the game where it's like you had all of the different people working together with only Evie and Tiffany really at the bottom. You had like sort of like that big alliance coming together and can't figure out who to put the votes on.
For this, you're talking about this one or the other one?
In season 42, that we're in that same spot where it's like a big
All right.
blob of people.
Yeah. So I don't know if I say this correctly, but I think things gonna change now because it's a waiting game. How this challenge gonna go? How are they going to split it? Right. So
Yeah.
then it changes the whole game. The whole, no matter how close to someone, or if the entire scenario gonna change. And yeah, because it's very simple. Like, Omar is very strategic, right? And on the other hand, Jonathan is he's a big threat too. So to begin with, they I don't understand why Jonathan is still there. I'm like, very nice. I really like Jonathan, but
Yeah.
it's gonna change a lot after this throwing the rock and two people going home. It's gonna create a lot of chaos now.
Yeah. Do you see anybody that's in a really good spot, do you think, to get through this chaos?
Omar, definitely. He's
Yeah.
playing like you did on some Amazon.
Oh, Naseer. No, that's a great compliment because I think that Omer is playing a really great game.
Yeah, he's like, he's in that well fitted in majority alliances, but at the same time he's going outside. He feels like everybody thinks that he's out of the catch, right? Like, he's
Mhm.
going and checking with everybody. He's in a great spot. And well, Drea, Mike, and Marianne, because worst case scenario, they can play their idols,
Yeah.
right? And Romeo, I think, not really in a great spot, but he can maneuver through. He's
Yeah.
playing the game too. Because Jonathan's what, 6'4", he's right there.
It's right there. He's right. Hard to miss
He's
him.
right
Yeah.
there. And
Yeah.
Tori, I feel bad for Tori because she's a challenge piece too. She won two
Mhm.
challenges, and
Yeah.
everybody's like, okay, that is the easiest one, you
Yeah.
know. So she's a threat too. So it's a complex situation, or it's
Yeah.
going to change a lot. Yeah.
This year, we saw that they had the Knowledge is Power come up this week. Did you know about what was going to happen with how the Knowledge is Power played out in season 41? Did anybody give you a heads up about, okay, Liana is going to steal the idol tonight from Xander? Watch this.
No,
Yeah.
I have no clue. And I
Yeah.
was thinking that they were closer to me, but at the same time, I did not disclose my idol to anybody because I have to at a moment or certain
Yeah.
in the game, right? So I don't know about that part, but I'm pretty sure if I understand correctly, I don't know about that. I'm pretty sure they're not going after me because they had a lot of talk going on after about Xander.
Yeah.
So yeah, but anything could have happened.
Yeah. We saw in season 41 when you got to the merge beach, you said to Xander, like, or you and Xander had talked and said, hey, look, we have to watch out for each other because, we both have the idols. Did the three of you, did you and Shan and Xander ever talk about how, like, we're the three people that have the idols? Because I feel like that in this season, we've seen a little bit more of the people like talking about how we're the advantage people. We need to work together.
So that's a very good question, Rob. So what happened was I was really truly honest with Xander, and I did show him a lot of stuff in terms of how to pick coconut, all the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Then what happened was the next day he threw my name under the bus, and he said that then we have in a chat. Then I was telling, hey, so we can work together, and I was talking to him really. Then he's like, yeah. Then whatever I told him, then he went and told Dishan that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dude, I really want to work with you. All right. And Dishan even hasn't talked to you yet, but I came and talked to you, and I really want to support you. And we spent some time. Now you went and throw my name. Then I brought him there and I asked him, hey, did I say anything? Then he supported me. But we never talked together because Xandra, he's always kind of uncertain.
Yeah.
Right, so that is how he played his game. It's uncertain. Yeah, he will say, yeah, that's awesome, we'll do it, but at the same time you can tell he's not really awesome.
It was not awesome. Yeah.
So yeah, so we never, like, all three idols came together and talk about anything. No, I want to stick with Shan and Ricard, and and we invited Danny, but it's changed a lot, because especially, see, Rob, this is what I want to say. I mean, like, it's like, as an immigrant, and you have to have a reason on Survivor, either to make it closer to someone or to vote someone off, right? So for me, it's already, I'm out. Like, it can go either way, with me being English being my fourth language, and but I think I was able to establish, as of now, a lot of even within the team, they are like, okay, you are a hero here, all right, and you know yeah, it didn't happen that way.
Yes. Well, it must be such a challenge for you, because you said English is your fourth language. What are the top three? As Sri Lankan?
I speak, yes, Sinhalese and Tamil, and I used to well manage in Arabic.
Okay.
And then English.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so those are the top, those are the top ones. English is number 4.
Yeah.
And you, as Diana has pointed out, had to then say the secret phrase. And Diana said on Twitter, you were the only person that said the secret phrase exactly right in any of the seasons.
Yes, I did. You know why? I had to practice like 50 times or 60 times on under the tree.
Yeah.
And I have no idea what does it mean.
You don't even know what AstroTurf is. Yeah.
I know goat.
Yeah.
I had goats, but AstroTurf, like, what does it mean?
Yeah.
Then say the phrase, like, going back and forth. It wasn't easy, but I pulled out on time, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so you did that. What did you think of the phrases this season? Were they harder than the phrases that you had to say?
It is harder, but it's not fun, though.
Yeah, not as fun. Yeah. I feel like that you could have really pulled off that there's so much grace in soccer, I could cry.
Yes.
You could have nailed that one.
I
Yeah.
know how to play soccer. So
Yes.
definitely I can make it a little even better, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
What about the potato? Would you
Potato, like, are we in Idaho or are we in Fiji? So potato, I'm like, did they even give something? Maybe during quarantine they had some potatoes, but like, why they came up with this phrase for nothing? Then you say potato, and also thinking of the tribe mates, right? That like
right?
they should have like immediately. Why potato? Did Drea show potato or
Yeah.
like it's
She said she had one.
huh?
She said she had a potato.
Where from where? Come in. If you're really
Yeah.
thinking, if someone's saying Nasir had Sri Lankan fried rice, like I'll be like, no, you were eating coconut, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And then you had Marianne had to say about the classic story of the bunny rabbit eating his dinner in the mailbox.
Well, when she told the phrase first time, that was amazing.
Yeah.
When you hear over and over and over, like, okay, it's too much now. But
Mhm.
that's a nice phrase. She's saying pretty good, but it's the first time was just amazing. The second time, third time, fourth time, oh, we know what Marianne going to say, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nasir, do you have any stories that you could share about your time on the Luvu tribe? Are there any fun times that you remember from Luvu that we didn't get to see on the show?
Oh, I had a lot of fun out there, Rob.
Yes.
So let's bring my buddy Danny first. All right. I
Okay.
always tell Danny now, even I joke with him, I will teach you how to pick coconut. You teach my kids how to play football.
Okay.
Like, don't do that even again. So the reason, so for me to pick a coconut, it takes me like maybe a minute or two max, all right, to just knock off a coconut or two from the. So
How do you do that?
just there are surveys you can climb the tree. So I
Okay.
was counting coconut literally. If there are more than 10 coconuts, I will climb, otherwise just waste. So I
Okay.
get a huge bamboo, just poke it through the stem and
Okay.
go. So everybody wants to know how to do things, right? So they want to learn from Nasir and
Then vote off this year,
yeah,
right?
black
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
so everybody's coming like Danny, like he, bro, I want to see how to pick coconut. I'm like, okay, this is the best way to drain your energy, all right? Because Danny do really good on challenges and he sit and wait, right? So I bring the coconut and all kind of. I'm like, I had to. So I told Dan, let's go, and he's a big guy, right? Then
Right.
I picked the biggest bamboo you can find on the island. I show him the tallest tree, and I showed him the wrong way where to hit the coconut. So every time he hits like couple hours, sometime he will try, he's like, bro, how did you pick this coconut? All right. So sometime I go and gave the bamboo, I go and just hide somewhere and watch and laugh. Then I go back to him, then I
Yes.
help him too.
Yes. And then you do it the right way.
I do the right way. Then the how to make fire for Sydney, or how to cut bamboo for Dishan. Then
Yeah.
when they are cutting once or twice, when they ask, is it good? I'm like, perfect. Go
Hold
for it.
on. Hold on. So when Deshaun had so much trouble at the final four with getting the fire going, that was because you taught him the wrong way, Nasir?
Not really. Not really. Okay. I don't want to go that far. But at the camp with Sydney, yeah, I showed her wrong way. You see that she throw the machete and go away. Tried
Yeah.
and tried and tried. I'm like, hey, you want to learn something from me? You think that I'm going to give you everything that I have?
So you taught them the wrong way to do stuff.
Of course.
Wow, Nasir, that nobody's ever done this before.
That is why that is Nasir.
Yeah, that is Nasir. That's right. Well, what else? What this is great.
So Dishan will cut the bamboo. So when you're cutting, you have to hold a certain way. The machete, so it's go through bamboo is the one that it will bump
Yeah.
back to your head, and right. So as long as he's not hitting his forehead, I always show it the wrong way. He will ask, bro, is it right? I'm like, perfect. Keep doing. Sometimes it takes time, you know. And the other thing, how to cut the coconut. So now I told them how to pick coconut, but okay.
Yeah.
Other work is how to cut a coconut. Not everyone can cut a coconut like Nasir on season 41, right? So
Yeah.
I always cut the hard way, but that is the easiest way. That is how I grew up. So I show them the right way with more husk on the other side. Then they cut and cut it. For them to cut a coconut, it take over 30 minutes easy.
Yeah.
So but then they already drained. So then they need like I need Naseer here. It's very essential.
Wow. This is incredible. This year, would you go and be a reward if they had now again that they have to like once everything with COVID is done and they could fly you out to be a reward for the tribes? Would you come out and do that?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Matter of fact, so you remember we lost a challenge that
Yes.
uh, uh, Yasa got a huge blue fish,
Yes.
and some on the other one, Uwa, they got the local person to came.
Nathan. Yes.
Nathan came, right? And we want the fish only. Danny said, we have Nasir. We don't need someone to come and show us how to find food in on Fiji. Nasir knows. But we need the fish. It's already caught and there just to cook, right?
Right.
And even when we came after losing the challenge, when Jeff said that someone going to come and show how to do it, Danny said, "Oh, I was so worried that Jeff going to take Nasir out there, out of kill
Yeah,
him and bring him
borrow.
to show how to do things and bring back." So that can create like because by then we have good alliances. So he was worried that Jeff will take me and put on Uwa for a little bit and bring me back. So yeah, definitely, I would
Mhm.
love to do that.
Yeah. Nasir, I have some questions for you from the listeners of Rob is a Podcast. Let me give you a question. This is one from Kevin wants to know, would Nasir be as open and eager to working with Jonathan as people like Mike seem to be, or would he be trying to gun for him immediately like Romeo seemed to be? You said that you would try to get Jonathan out.
Not immediately. I will
Okay.
work with him. Definitely, I will work with him until final five.
Okay.
I'll work with him until final five. But it'll be very close.
That's
And
dangerous because he could win the final five, and now all of a sudden and then he's in the fire making.
that's true. But can he make five with Nasir?
Nobody can.
So,
Yeah.
I see. I want to share what I can do. Right. I'm happy about it because it came with me since when I grew up in the village. So I'm sure there are people they can make fire with me
Yeah.
better than me. But at the same time, I'm sure I can make fire and win that challenge. But
Yeah.
final five. But I will definitely work with. He seems very nice, humble, and he always include the entire team. He doesn't climb to be he, even though he's the one winning by himself all the
Yeah.
challenges. But he always include like we are together, and he doesn't show off. And definitely, is a nice-hearted human being. Definitely, I will work with.
Okay.
Jonathan. Yeah.
This year, did you catch a lot of fish when you were in Fiji?
I caught a lot of crabs.
Crabs. Okay.
Yeah. So I always target as long as we have 6 fat, juicy crabs
Big,
enough.
fat, juicy crabs.
Yeah, I learned
Mhm.
that some things today.
But did you do any fishing?
No. So what happened was Sydney went out and Danny went out. Then Sydney came with all these bruises on the on the reef. She
Yeah.
went, but she really tried, and she got some small fish, like 6, 7. I'm like, I'm already losing a lot of energy picking coconut and picking breadfruit
Right.
and feeding them. Why do I have to go again? Then they will sit here and talk about me. I'm like,
Right.
okay, you guys go out, you go fish. I will take care of the land part. Then I
Yeah.
will catch crab. But
Yeah.
still, I was the main provider.
Would
So
you have been mad at the Daniel from this season when he had a bad shoulder, but then was out fishing with the Hawaiian sling and sitting out of the challenges?
hold on, he's not fishing, he's relaxing. That's what he said.
Yes, yeah, but he did have the fishing spear. Yeah.
Yeah, he had it. I think he's one of the balancing stuff or something. He took it.
Mhm.
No, I mean like they were really like high and everybody. How come he went for with those? He can displace the shoulder, then he's going for fishing. So yeah, that was the intention of him, but literally he ended up relaxing over there. So
Mhm.
it
Yeah.
doesn't bother me.
Okay, Nasir, let me give you a question from Tommy who says, Nasir seemed pretty good at the social and physical aspect of the game. How would he improve on the strategic side if he played again? And first off, let me just ask you, do you feel, is that the area that you feel like you need to improve on?
Yes, I would definitely say I have to, but at the same time, this is what happened, as I said earlier. So all that you need, one thing to work together or to vote off someone. So I'm
Yeah.
already stand out there totally different, right? So it's easy, either easy vote or I don't want to say easy vote. I stands different. But as of now, I think I established a momentum or on or good experience with,
Right.
right. So I have the physical and trust stuff, but now I can maneuver through. I can be more aggressive instead of. So what happened was, like, I was the provider. Most of them, they came to me in terms of things, and now I can be more aggressive and go in and talk in strategy going forward.
Yes.
So I learned a lot watching season 41 back, and again season 41. As Jeff said, always it's a new era, right? Drop the four, keep the one, and it's a new era. So I learned from my season, plus I'm learning from season 42 too.
Yeah.
So now I can be more strategic, and I can be more aggressive to go into people and try to maneuver through and move on. Yes.
If I, as a, impartial observer, that I almost feel like for you, Naseer, like I kind of feel like that almost like a Tony in season 40. Like I feel like that people like met you and you were so impressive that I feel like that people almost feel like, well, I can't let this guy get to the end. And I feel like that where even Ricard and Shan, who were working with you, like Danny and Deshaun, who were on a tribe with you, like, talked about like getting rid of you. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't necessarily like the people from the, like, it was like the people that you were working with were like, well, we can't let Naseer get to the end.
Yes. That. Thank you so much.
You have to be not so impressive, Naseer.
Yeah, definitely, because they know that if they go with me to final three, they can win that. Definitely, they
Yeah.
know that. All right.
Especially final four also.
Forget about final three, final four. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a different story. So I don't blame them for that, because at the end, on a certain day or certain time, they have to think about their game, right? Yeah, they
Yeah.
have to have a good alliance, but at the same time, at the end, one winner. So everybody
Mhm.
has their own target where they want to see on the final three. So, well, that was a problem with Danny or Deshaun, and again, I do not make anybody angry. If something happened, even if I feel like, oh, I did something wrong, I go and apologize immediately. So that way I don't want to have anything clear. So I want to make sure that I'm building that resume. So whoever goes over there sitting on the tribal council, that I'm not
Mhm.
pissed off or piss them off or anything. So I was building that resume, but survive, anything can happen.
Naseer, when you were at the final tribal council and you voted for Erica, was it a close vote for you in your mind between Erica and Deshaun and Xander? And did you almost go with anybody else?
No, I went over there on the final tribal council, just with open mind. Whoever
Yeah.
proved, whoever really, because we see very small only things that who comes into that tribal council with a necklace or no necklace. We don't know what's happening on the island, right? We can't see that, even though we are a juror. So I want them to pledge their case and to give me good response, or that they can convince me why they. So I asked questions, then I see that Erica at the end, she really played the game the way supposed to. So
Mhm.
I had, okay, Erica, you're going for it, done. I did
Yeah.
not even think twice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, let me ask you from Nathan, who says, one thing that seemed to be a strength of yours was your contribution to the camp life and being able to make people comfortable. Which player is impressing you the most when it comes to survivalist skills? And is that skill set more or less valued in the new era? It's a great question.
Yeah, so there are two questions. So, which player is impressing you more from season 42? I would say definitely Jonathan, fishing skills.
Yes.
Kind of. I think he
Fishing.
lives in the beach or inside water, you know. So, and also, I was really impressed the way Rocktroy, when he went to the
Yeah.
hourglass things, you see that the way he was building the shelter and everything.
That
Quick
was really good, right?
really good. I mean, you have to give kudos to him. Like, he did a pretty good job on that, and yeah, definitely that was really good. And oh, I forgot the other one.
So do you think that being a provider
Yes,
is
oh yes,
yeah,
definitely, because especially you don't have food, you don't have nothing flint and a machete in a pot, right? So
Right.
provider is a really very important role now in new era, because before at least you get a bag of rice, you can dump in a pan and cook and eat.
Mm-hmm.
But apart from that, you don't get a rope. So I mean, very important now, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, Tess wants to know who did the best job of saying their phrase this year?
Drea, she did.
Yeah.
Yeah, Drea, she did. And first time, Marianne did really good, as I say again. And but then it's more and more, more and more. No, Drea did good.
Mm-hmm.
Mike also did okay, I would say.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Also, Tess wants to know if the idol had the same rules, would you have chosen not to say your phrase so he would have an idol that no one knew about? So now in season 41, correct? If you didn't say the phrase, the idol would be, you would not have your vote, and the idol would just be nothing when you got to the merge.
Correct. So that is Naseer. I will never disclose. Even with that saying the phrase and everything, I never disclose to anybody. The only reason I disclose because there is no way that you can hide it, because
Right.
everybody knows. That would have been perfect.
So how did you tell the Luvu tribe that you had the idol then after that?
So when I came back after the merge and everything, then Liana told Dishan and Danny. Then
Yeah.
I know that I have to first thing first when I get there, I have to go and tell them. So I went and tell them. They said, "Yeah, we know. We doubted you have something, but we don't know it is an idol or anything. But we know you. You are the only one knows the entire island here. You
Yeah.
know. So you should have." So then I went and told them, "Hey, this is what." And I told Danny, I have a dream that if I find an idol, I will never tell anybody, but I may play for you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I told him. I may
Yeah.
play my idol. I have it for you because I have even in my mind since we are one alliances, and I was honest, right? So
Mhm.
not Dishan. I told Dishan I will play for him, but I no, that's a lie. I will not. So you have to play accordingly, right? And you have to take a day at a time.
Okay. I have a question for you from Deshaun. Says Naseer, as a fellow Sri Lankan, it was a lot of fun to see you on the show. Did you get recognized by fans when you went back? Is there a player on this season who you and your wife have had different opinions on how they're doing? And your crab curry looks delicious. What's next for cooking with Naseer? All right. So a couple of questions.
3 questions, huh? 3 or 4.
All right. Did you get recognized by fans? So did you went back? So you went back to Sri Lanka?
Yes. So
Okay.
went back to Sri Lanka. Huh? Sorry.
Go ahead.
So yeah, even if I go to Sri Lanka, regardless, even if I was on Survivor or not Survivor, because I'm going from America to a small village, they always recognize, yeah, Naseer is here. Let's play cricket or soccer and everything. Now,
Wait, so people recognize you and know you even before Survivor?
yeah, because there are not many people that really get out. Yeah, they do the Middle East, but in living in America, it's really
Okay.
going to hold all those hardship and pushing really hard and try to get into something and achieving your American dream. Not many
Okay.
out there. All right. So
So you're
that's
already famous.
very happy for
Yes.
the entire village.
Yes. Okay.
So, yeah. So I don't want to say famous. They want to come and see me and say hi, and that's
Okay.
fun.
Okay.
And but on top of that, Rob, so as of now, all the younger generations, they have Wi-Fi, they have phones. It's not like the way I grew up, right? So
Yes.
yeah, they come and have fun and had a great time. They cut Survivor season 41 cake and all kind of stuff we did. Was fun.
Whoa. Okay. They made a season 41 cake.
Yeah, I would send you pictures. My friends organized a surprise party for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then and what's the cooking with Naseer? Is that on Instagram?
Oh yeah, YouTube channel I started. I want to really do that, right? Then what happened was my mom was here for 3 months. So I went to Sri Lanka. Then I brought my mom back with me because it's been a long time since I have almost 2 years I haven't seen my mom
Yes.
in person, right? So I came back again, and when mom here, Nasir cooking is just trash.
Okay.
Right? I am saying because mother
Compared to mom.
compared to mom, otherwise
Yes.
Nasir is always best cook, right? Right?
Second, now you're second best.
Second best. So mom, when she's here, she will never let us cook anybody, like
Yes.
literally. So 3 meals a day, 5 meals a day. I just enjoyed it. So, well, now last week, she went back home. So I will start from next week. And definitely, I promise I'm going to put more videos.
Okay. All right. I will check it out. I will see. What else do you cook?
Rob, matter of fact, I wrote a cookbook.
You wrote a cookbook?
Yeah. So it's still under editing. So a lot of things happen. Still kind of with, how work-life balance and
Yes.
so just trying to balance it out. It is balanced, but it's
yes. Oh, Naseer, you're following in the footsteps of another Survivor great, Boston Rob.
Yeah.
Hey, Naseer. You think you can make a cookbook just because I make a Boston Rob cookbook?
Listen,
buddy. Buddy.
Buddy, would you like to play your?
I didn't know you did impressions, Naseer.
Boston Rob, he's one of the greatest. Played, he knows the game inside out, and yeah. So, I haven't. Hopefully,
have you shared any recipes with Boston Rob?
No, I haven't talked to Boston Rob yet.
Naseer, I'm gonna give you a recipe for some spaghetti and meatballs
and some steaks.
Steaks, yeah.
Boston Rob, yeah. Maybe we may share in the future.
Yeah, in the future, maybe All Stars.
You never know, right?
You never know. Okay, Naseer, so was there anybody that you and Diana had disagreed in your opinions of this season?
Yeah, so
Your wife is a big Survivor fan also.
Sorry?
Your wife is a big Survivor fan also, in case anybody doesn't know.
Is that even a question?
Maybe somebody doesn't know.
Yeah, she's way big fan than you will ever see.
Yes.
So and Rhea and Diana, she's going for Marianne. And
okay.
So, but also she thinks that they should have take Jonathan out yet, because on that way I agree with her, but on the other one I don't think about Marianne. She's playing a great game, but even just she kind of emotionally last episode was kind of showing her weaknesses, right? And instead of showing her strength, but that worked out her perfectly. Anything can happen on Survivor. They are going for her, but no, I'm saying no, not yet, but she's saying no. Marianne and Rhea love Marianne too, so yeah. There are a lot to happen, because it could be different, right? Looking at from home, even though huge Survivor fan as I played over there, can change anything. It doesn't matter, how hard you play, how strategic you are.
Sure.
It's you have to have little luck can bring you to final 3 or final 2, right? Yeah. So it's totally different what you're watching and when you are there. So that's the reason I'm saying, maybe not wait. She's like, no, yeah, it could be, yeah. So
it's a fun season to talk about because we don't really know what's going to happen. This year, would you and Diana ever play in Survivor Blood versus Water?
I would, definitely.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Diana would go?
Diana, she said for me, she will definitely.
She will go. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Could be fun. Could be fun if they could decide to do that again. And Jeff loves the Blood versus Water.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, he loves.
Okay. Now this year, we know that it's been a lot of fun when Diana tells us about she has been tweeting about how she's been telling you about Lydia's Twitter.
Yeah, it is.
How does that go? She tells you, hey, Naseer, let me tell you what Lydia is talking about.
Yeah, see, when I don't want to say weaknesses or strength. When Diana says something, this is it. I had to trust her. She's my wife, right?
Yes.
She's been there for me. I've been there for her. So I'm like, when she said, even with the Chalamida name, I'm like, okay. I just said last name and I asked, is that name? She said yes. And after a couple of days, I'm like, wow, hold on a minute. This is going a different conversation here. Then they were laughing about my father-in-law looking at my face and my mother-in-law looking at what. I'm like, okay,
Yes.
But then, Rob, think about it. English being my fourth language,
because you thought that her last name was because she's Lydia Chlamydia on Twitter. You thought that's her last name.
Let's go nice flowless. It's a really good flow, right? Like
Yeah.
Lydia chlamydia. So
And honestly, Naseer, if you don't know what that word means in English, that's a good thing. That's a good sign, right? Yeah. You haven't had to learn that word.
exactly, I learned
You
so
didn't have
many
to know about it.
books.
Yeah, that was good. So that and Diana tells you about all of her tweets, right?
Yeah, I am now start to asking, is that really that what does it mean? Sometimes
Yeah.
it still fool me a little bit for fun, because I used to do for her when we were in Dubai. I think this is her term for me to do that. So like she cannot speak Arabic or Tamil or other language. So
Yeah.
we kind of joke each other for fun and have a good time. It's always find something good to
Right.
laugh, right?
Have fun. It's
That's
very important.
Yeah.
Naseer, who got who into Survivor? Was she the bigger Survivor fan and got you into it, or you were the Survivor fan and got her into it?
Rob, she's the biggest Survivor fan. When I met her, I hardly spoke English. All right.
Okay.
And so since I'm being brown, she's white American.
Yes.
In an Arab country, you can't go out always.
That's right. You told Jeff that you learned English from watching.
Yeah.
He's like your dictionary, you said.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
then we can watch an English movie together. I have no clue what the heck is going on. Right.
Yeah.
Then she's like, okay, Smart, let's find her something jungle. All right. Then
Yes.
she's Survivor fan and she's a huge fan. Okay, what about this show? Like that. Bomb. I love Survivor. And I told that one day I'm going to be there. I'd never been to America in my life.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So
Wow.
some days she will be like there and like she's a teacher, right? Work really hard as teachers, right? Then come back. I'm like same episode I have seen multiple times already in a day.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's Diana. Everything's Diana.
And you watch a lot of the old seasons, right?
I watched every single season.
Yeah. Do you have any favorite seasons?
Definitely All Star. I love Survivor Amazon. The guy,
Yes.
especially, like he was scary.
Who? Oh, Matthew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And you guys had a great time. Good moments. Burning the entire shelter. Crazy stuff happened.
It was crazy.
It
was crazy.
It was crazy.
Yeah. Are there any survivors that you hope that you could meet one day?
Well, definitely, I want to meet you in person one day. I would
Yes, one day, no doubt, no doubt.
Right?
And I'm sure we will.
We will. And there are many. I want to meet in person.
Yes.
I have met like Sandra Diaz. I met Sandra, Lena, and it's Lena, right? Yeah. And yeah, many people I have.
And her daughter Nina.
No,
Oh,
not
who?
Lena. Yeah, who won Survivor season 2? Sorry, I forgot even.
Tina.
Who's that?
Tina.
Sorry, yeah, Tina. I met Tina,
Yeah.
and but yeah, I really want to meet her. I will be meeting Philip Shepard next week.
The specialist.
The specialist, all right.
Is he going to give you a nickname?
Oh my god, I can't wait for it.
Yes. What do you think it will be?
And I want to meet Tony.
Oh yeah.
And also I want to meet Sarah.
Okay, Sarah. Yeah, Sarah Lucina. Yeah.
And Sophia.
Okay.
Yeah, and Mama Janet. I talked to her a couple of times.
Yeah.
And definitely Lauren Ashley.
Yes.
And Wendell. Definitely Wendell. And from older season, there are many. Trust me.
Yeah.
So even, yeah. Adam, I want to meet. No, Adam is a new one. The who won Survivor China? Todd.
Yes.
Todd, and there are many I can name out there. I'm sure you know everybody's name, right, Rob?
I know the names. Yeah, I haven't met everybody. but yeah,
you know the names.
Yeah. Naseer, anything else about Survivor 42 that you want to talk about?
Survivor 42 in general, I want to say the very nice cast.
Yeah.
All right. I hope maybe if I got on Survivor again, if they call me, I hope to see at least a couple of them from that season 42.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
yeah,
or maybe after. I don't know. Maybe.
Well, this year Jeff has said that when next time we do All Stars, forget everybody from the old era. We only care about the new era.
Yes. Then when that season going to be? Is that going to be season 45 or?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything yet.
We don't know. So
Yeah.
that'd be nice. That would be nice.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking
And
forward.
then, yeah, and this time, then Naseer is going to go all the way.
Write the day that Rob.
Make
And the day that
You heard it here first. Okay. Oh, and this year, you're so much fun to talk to. I'm so glad that we were able to figure out a time to do this. And so I really, always love your energy and love your enthusiasm for the Survivor.
Thank you, Rob. I really appreciate it for your
Yeah.
time. And thank you so much for setting
Naseer,
up.
people can go check out Cooking with Naseer on YouTube.
Yes, please.
Okay. Can I look it up real quick? Okay. Cooking with Naseer.
With Naseer.
Okay, on YouTube. Let me see what you're making. Okay. Okay, so far. Oh, just one, only one. You just launched it?
I just launched it, but I just was posting like 3-4 minutes videos. So I post only crab and also like other small videos on YouTube though.
Okay.
But really, like, I want to take time and show them how to cook. I posted only 1 or 2. I
Okay.
just literally.
All right. So
Yeah.
Cooking with Naseer. Follow Naseer on Instagram.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Sometimes I do TikTok, but not really,
Oh, you do TikToks?
sometimes.
Wow. Okay. I gotta find Naseer on TikTok.
And Twitter, yeah.
And Twitter, and follow Diana on Twitter for more updates on Naseer.
Please, yeah. So then you can laugh a lot.
Yeah. Find out what's going on. And Naseer, again, I thank you so much for making some time. I know you're a busy dad and busy with work, so I appreciate that you found some time to talk to us.
Thank you, Rob. Really appreciate it, and happy to talk to you, Rob.
Okay. All right. Naseer, let's do it again sometime. Thank you all so much for listening. Check out everything else we have going on. Rob is a podcast. Go to robisawebsite.com/subscribe to get the podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. Have a good one. Take care. Have a good one. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.